Assalamu alaikum, welcome to Nasir Soft. In this video, we will learn one of the most important Power BI topic, that is slicer. When we talk about this slicer, after watching this video, you will learn about the text slicer. We will include the text slicer and I will show it to you step by step about the importance of text slicer and how you can filterize your data after adding this beautiful slicer. Okay, then we will talk about the date slicer. I will show you step by step how you can include the date slicer in Power BI. We will also select a specific date and we will also working on the format size as well. Okay. Then after watching this video, you will also be able to learn about the number slicers. We will include a number slicer and based on the number filter, data will be showing. I hope you will understand about the importance of this topic now. So don't wait. Let's start the happy learning. So in order to add the text slider, okay, so click on this slider. So inside this, okay, if I click on and inside your data, for example, inside the text slider, if I drag and drop the categories, and here you can see that the all the categories are showing like in this one. Okay, when I check for, we can check one of them. Okay, so inside this, if I or you can also add the multi selector. For example, inside this one, if I drag and drop the region and set it after the category, here inside the furniture, now we can select any one of the basically region also. Okay, so inside this, for example, if I use some meaningful data in order to display it a table. Okay, for example, here I display a table and the table is for subcategories and the sale. Okay, here the subcategories and the sales are showing. So when I click on the office supplier, you can see that the office supply related subcategories are showing. If I go to the technologies, the technology related subcategories are showing. So this is the beauty of the slicer. For example, if I want only the technologies data of the east, okay, so now only the technology related sale data of the east will be showing here. Whatever charts or something like different type of cards we using, all the data will be according to this slicer filter. So this is the simple text slicer in Power BI. Okay, so you can also play on the customized format size. For example, if you go to the format of this and we go to the size and style, inside this you can set the background. For example, if you go to the background, and you can also set the background color something like this. Here you can see that. Okay, so this is not so pretty looking, so this is something you can change the background color. And inside the, you can also send the borders, okay, something like this. And inside you can also adjust its rounded corner to something like this, some width. Okay, if I enable the shadow, here you can see that the shadow is of this basically slicer is showing. And inside the inside the shadow, for example, if I go to the shadow, and you can also change the shadow color to something like this one. Okay, and this is very important, the position is for bottom. Okay, you can also adjust the shadow position. Okay, one more thing I will show it to you, that is slicer setting. Inside the slicer setting, this is the vertical list, you can change it to a drop down also. Here you can see that the all is showing, and then inside this all drop down will be showing. So you can change this. And inside the selection, okay, so basically the single select, you can also enable the single select, then the radio button will be showing. Okay, other than the check boxes. Okay, so you can also enable disable it, and you can also enable the select all option too. So this is the basic formatting of the text slicer. Okay, so for this, for example, if I add some cart value also in order to show the total value. Okay, something like here. And inside the cart, if I drag and drop the sales, okay, so when I click on the technology, here you can see that technology related sum of sale will be showing. So this is the beauty of the slicer filters. Okay, so through slicer we can select a specific data. Okay, for example, if you are if you want more after the region more drop downs, then you can add this too. So I hope you have understood about the basic concept of text slicer. So next let's move to the next slicer, and that is number slicer. So one thing more, okay, before going further, here you notice that we can only select one of the categories. For example, only one of the categories. How do you can enable the multiple inside the format, inside the selection? Just disable this multi-select option. Okay, now we can select the multiple too. Okay, so this is the basic of slicer. Now let's move to the next, number slicer. Okay, for the number slicer, for example, if I delete this one and again inside the slicer click on this and drag and drop is inside the meaningful area. Okay, and inside this one some number, for example, inside my data the quantity is the number. Okay, so number field, so drag and drop in the quantity inside the field, and here you can see this. If I extend this, okay, this is something like this. Okay, so we have two numbers. Okay, so for example, if I want only that specific quantity of data, okay, that have minimum number of sales, okay, from 5 to for example 10. Okay, show me the data who have the sale quantity is from 5 to maximum 10. Okay, then only that specific data will be showing according to this filter. Okay, so this is the number format. You can basically adjust the number format, basically this one. Okay, so based on this values of the quantity of basically less than equal to 3 and greater than equal to 11. Okay, for this you can also specify some format. Okay, inside this format go to the values, and inside the values, okay, you can adjust its size, and inside the slicer setting, inside the style, this is the between. You can also select it, for example, less than or equal to this one, then only this value is not basically height not changeable, that only max you can change this the maximum limit. Okay, so up to 9. This means that less than or equal to 9, show me that specific data that have less than or equal to 9. For example, if I change this to the value to, for example, greater than or equal to, now the maximum value is disabled. Okay, so this is the maximum value is 14, so we can, this value is fixed. Now for example, show me only that sales that have quantity that have sold more than 3 times. Okay, less no, more than 3 times. That's, so this is, you can also adjust this type of thing. Okay, so I hope you have understood about this basic concept of the quantity slicer. So let's move to the next topic, that is the date slicer. It is very simple. If I delete this one, again drag and drop the slicer, okay, inside this area, and drag and drop some date inside this, so that becomes a date slicer. For example, we have this, based on this for example, only show me that specific data. Okay, that specific sales and sales data. Okay, you can also adjust it, for example, that is greater than equal to 4 and less than equal to 29. So between that date, that in 2016 May, okay, January 4 to the 2019 December 2019, okay, 12 December, 29 December of 2019. So show me only that specific data that occurs in that sale occurs inside this date. You can also change this date according to that, and similarly you can inside format this inside this format tab. Okay, so we can beautiful format that. Okay, so for example, inside the values you can change the font color to something like this. You can if I set it the red, here you can see that the value is red. You can also enable the slicer setter, and same is there's between vertical list. Inside the vertical list, all the dates like that will be, you can also check only that specific sale that occurs on Monday, on Tuesday or something. The data will be according to adjust that. So I hope you have understood about this basic concept of the slicer. If you have any question related to this topic, you can ask your question in video comment section, or you can ask your question. A question link is mentioned in video description. You can also ask your question from there. If you want to order me any related works, the order link is also mentioned in video description. Just go to that specific link, fill your criteria like your name, your email address. I will reply to you. That is very important. And whatever file you want to attach, you can attach the file, or any message you can ask your message inside the message. Okay. So don't forget to subscribe my channel for more informative videos. Stay blessed. Have a nice day.